Hey folks, I'm back here in Fort Lauderdale. Today I'm going to be doing the wreck of the Mercedes. Let's go have some fun. The Mercedes at one time was one of the premier wrecks in southern Florida. The 194-foot Mercedes was sunk as an artificial reef off Fort Lauderdale in March of 1985. The frequent storms have not been kind to her. Hurricane Andrew and others have shifted both the bow and stern sections severely, bookending the twisted middle section. Her bow points to the northeast. She sits in roughly 95 feet of water. Most of the middle wreckage is a jumble of flattened, bent steel. Some penetration is possible, but not advised. The wreck still attracts a lot of fish, like the large grouper you see here at the stern. On this day we had a bit of a current, as you can see here. The large cylinders are reportedly gasoline truck body parts she was carrying. The Mercedes had quite an interesting history. The freighter was built in Hamburg, Germany in 1952 as the Jacob Rusch at the Ronquet Shipwrecks. She was 194 feet long and had a beam of about 31 feet. She displaced 496 tons and 752 tons when fully loaded. She had several names, being renamed the Rosita Maria in 1963, the Rita Vosges in 1968, and finally the Mercedes 1 in 1976. The 12-man crew survived the storm. Her owners at the time, a Venezuelan shipping firm, simply abandoned her. It took 3 months of salvage efforts and $250,000 to remove her. On March 6, 1985, she was finally pulled off the beach during a strong lunar high tide. She was later purchased for $29,000 by the Broward County Environmental Control Board, cleaned, and then later sunk on March 30th, 1985. At 194 feet, it's much bigger than the wreck of the Ebenezer II, do check out my videos on that wreck. For me, the stern was the most interesting section. It seemed to have the most number of fish, maybe due to the many openings and high relief. The Mercedes is also slightly deeper than most of the artificial reef wrecks around Fort Lauderdale, which average 70 to 75 feet. So novice divers should monitor their bottom time and depth a little more closely. Fort Lauderdale has done a great job over the years creating artificial reefs. The Mercedes' current condition, though, is a reminder of the power of nature. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed the wreck of the Mercedes. Certainly it was fun to dive. Do check out my other Florida wreck videos. And as always, stay safe in your dive adventures. And until you see me again, go explore, get wet.